Now, President Trump has words, the best words, the best spelling in the context of writing, the context of words. Several photographers, including Jabin Botsford of the Washington Post, noticed that some of his handwritten notes actually didn't contain some of the best words, which led to some fun on social media. But before I get to those tweets and before I get to showing you the picture, which is hilarious, I have to note that just last week, Donald Trump claimed that his spelling struggles, his issues with getting the best words, were not his fault. Oh no, it's my fingers, right? He says, really, I'm actually a good speller, but everyone said the fingers aren't as good as the brain. The best brain. Anyway, look, that would make sense, right? Because look, I use smartphone and sometimes I spell the wrong way, okay, and I get things wrong. Great thing that there's something called a autocorrect or a spell check function on my phone. It helps out a lot. I mean, it's great. Most phones come with that. I think obviously he uses an iPhone. I use an iPhone. Mine's an older model. It still has spell check. So no excuse for him. But at the same time, I want to make sure not to spell shame because there are plenty of smart people that do have issues with spelling. There's dyslexia. They try really hard. Okay, not a problem, right? I'm not going to make fun of people specifically because they spell something wrong. At the same time, here's the president of the United States who is surrounded by aides. He has a spell check on his phone. He's got people who can double check what he writes. I mean, at all times, he literally has access to experts that can help him out. So, does he use them? Well, as you're going to see, no, he does not. That's his notes. Up, you can see, of course, certain things. They have he's got America underlined and hate. Somalia underlined, record of saying anti-whatever. Okay, so those are the underlines, right? But in the upper right-hand corner, you have something Al-Qaeda. Wait, so is that Al-Qaeda? And then you have some people. He's got to write notes reminding him that, of saying some people. Wow. And then of course, I just have to point out, socialist is in big letters. Those were his notes from a recent speech, right? So, look, on the spelling. Look, Al-Qaeda, it's been in the news. If you have read a briefing in the last, 10 years at least. No, more than 10 years. In the last 18 years, then you would be familiar with Al-Qaeda. And look, there's different ways to spell it, of course. Just like there's about 40 different ways of spelling Gaddafi. Nonetheless, the one that he used, not correct. Not correct. So, kind of embarrassing when you're the president of the United States and you can't spell something that we've known, for 18 years. Not even close to being correct. Embarrassing. You can't use your vast resources on saying, hey, do I got this right? So I don't look like a moron? I'm just saying. Look, Donald Trump is basically Ralph Wiggum, a racist Ralph Wiggum. Me fail English? Well, that's impossible. So now, we'll get to fun tweets. Natabakov says, how you know the president doesn't read anything the experts provide? This is how he spells Al-Qaeda. And of course, that's the spelling Alcaida. That's how he spells Al-Qaeda. Okay, Helen Kennedy says, only a person who hasn't read any newspaper articles or briefing papers in the last 20 years would not know how to spell Al-Qaeda. God says Trump misspelled Al-Qaeda as Al-Qaeda. Trump misspelled people, as you saw in there. He doesn't know the words to the pledge or the national anthem. He couldn't pass a citizenship exam. He couldn't find the USA on a map. That one, okay, that's suspect. I'm pretty sure he can find the USA on a map. But nonetheless, not a very stable genius. S. African American says, this is what happens when you put yourself through your own university. Yeah, but to be fair, he got good grades. The best grades. And Suzanne Simpson says, these are Trump's talking points from earlier today. And I busted out laughing when I finally realized what his written notation of Al-Qaeda was supposed to be. And finally, Bill Maxwell, with a really important point here, says this whole racist attack on the United States Congresswomen was Trump's grotesque way to distract the media from that whole sex trafficking minors thing that he's all mixed up in. And so is his AG, Bill Barr. Well, by the way, I think William Barr worked for the same law firm that represented Epstein, that helped him get that plea deal. You know, the one that allowed him to leave 16 hours a day to go out and work and had him report to prison for basically 1 day a week. And he would just go back to sleep. And that's it. Go back to work, pretty much do whatever he wants. He's mixed up on that. Trump's mixed up in that. You also have his recent labor secretary, Alexander Acosta, who just, of course, left the administration. Also mixed up on that because he was the one that made the deal in the first place. So, yeah, I guess if you want a distraction, being super, super racist, being unabashedly racist, isn't the wrong way to go. It's the surest way to create a media firestorm for sure. And when it comes to that, saying racist things, Donald Trump proves that, again, he's a very stable genius.